Hello everybody and welcome to Minute to Skim It. So many good books this week. Many of them are from small companies, which is pretty cool. Let me see if I can pair together all our Valiant stuff because there's a lot this week. Okay, if you feel like a noob and you're not really sure where to start for Valiant, they've got this really cool thing that they put out once a year. This is the 2016 version of it, but it's a universe handbook. So it goes through alphabetically all the characters in the universe and gives you a backstory for all of them, so you kind of know where you are in this universe. Super helpful, especially since these books are stinging good. If you're really nervous about jumping in and you're not sure about the characters or which ones you would like, which storyline, that's the way to get in. Alright, so books that are in not their first issue, 4001 AD is getting ready to come to a close. So get all of the tie-ins now. I can't wait for the last issue, by the way. I know we're going to get our giant mech dragon Japan. I can't wait to see how that shakes out. It's going to be so cool. And we get to open our super cool time capsule that Valiant gave us at the beginning of the summer, so don't miss the opening. Watch our social media to find out when you can come and see that. I don't know what we're going to do with the stuff inside. You might get some of it if you're there. Alright, Ryan number 16. Don't miss it. Faith number 2 is awesome. It even has cosplay stuff inside. But a big baddie emerges because she hasn't had any like real enemies yet. So it's a really cool enemy. Not who you suspect, probably. Generation Zero, really cool. I always kind of thought that the kids that they showed in this book were the hero guys, but Generation Zero kind of are there for a bunch of kiddos that need help and put out distress calls, not knowing if they'll ever be answered. It's like almost like urban legend whether they'll actually a Zero exists. So you'll find out in this book whether it exists or not. But these kids are all have weird messed up family lives and stuff, and they do need help. So it's really cool to meet them. Revisionist number 3, oh so good. So you remember this is a story about the son who gets sent through time, the behest of his father, who may or may not be alive. I think he died in the first issue, but he still shows up anyway as an echo through time maybe. He's been given a cool weapon, and his dad keeps telling him he needs to go and kill certain people because of their involvement in the timeline, it's going to mean the universe is going to explode. Which doesn't make any sense to me because he's sending his son through time to go and fix things. Isn't he going to be part of the problem too? Okay. We'll have a talk, Frank. Alright. Lake of Fire. I didn't know what in the world this book was about. I didn't have any high hopes for it, but it's really good, guys. So it is Imagine the Crusades. These two doofuses are knights in wanting, because one of them actually has been knighted, but he has no business being knighted. Kind of think of Game of Thrones, but there is weird stuff going on. So there's a creature over here, so you can kind of see it is really weird stuff going on. So not just Crusades, there's also other things that are not from our world part of this storyline. So highly recommended. Godzilla, Rage Against Time. Full stop. It's Godzilla. Buy the things. And that's really beautiful art, by the way. Alright, and another surprise thing. I didn't really know anything about this book before I opened it up. But this is called Kingsway West. And this is from Dark Horse. And the West kind of makes you feel like it's a Western, and it kind of is, but that's that guy's name. So mixed together. So the main storyline is that in the Old West, way before America was formed, there was a hunt for a thing called red gold. Not just gold, red gold, which itself has properties that you can use for, they're not really saying to us yet what they can be used for, but the implication is for extra powers or something. And he's just a normal fellow. I think that he is Chinese. I think I'm getting this right. And then you've got those guys own part of the gold hunting spot. And then you've got people from Mexico who are trying to get to it. So this goes over lots of time period. It's not just one time period. And it's really cool. So there's historical fighting between the peoples and the fight over this red gold. And there's an ironclad. in there. If you're a cool history buff and you like ironclads, you'll freak out. All right, now, I swear I had 3. Okay, here we go, DC. DC number 1s this week is Blue Beetle. I apologize if I messed any of them up. So I can't remember, we end up on Wednesday with all of our things out, but on Tuesday when I pick my books, there were just piles of books, and I have to try to get all of them that I need. I did not read Blue Beetle, because I don't know anything about Blue Beetle, and I'm pretty sure I would mess up anything I said about Blue Beetle, so it's probably awesome. But I didn't want to talk out of my bottom. Okay, Deathstroke. I know something about Deathstroke because I watched Suicide Squad, but it also has all of the ads in it for Gerard Way's books that are from the new imprint. It's called The Young Animal line by Gerard Way. This one's what I'm most excited about, and don't ask me why, I have no idea, but it's called Cave Carson Has a Cybernetic Eye. It sounds amazing. It's based off a character that had this tiny part in the DC universe forever ago. They just pulled him right out and said, we need to write a book about this guy. I agree. Alright, The Flash, number 5. So you're pretty far in. Just know that if you're reading any of the Rebirth stuff, Flash is stuff you have to get. This is where all the really, really meaty stuff is happening every single time it comes out. Okay, so if you're reading these books, you know that the last issue, he defeated Godspeed. He's in prison, right? Or the guy who they think is Godspeed. Not as all as what it seems. Pick it up. Everything all goes in chaos. Someone dies in this book. Either that or something appears to be they died, but I think they really died. I can't find a reason why it would not be them actually dying. All right, and remember I split the books every week from the Civil War line and tell you which ones that you absolutely must buy and the ones that are okay to buy. So the Deadpool tie-in isn't really very tied in, but it's hilarious. So if you're reading the Deadpool line of books, including Deadpool, Marks for Money, that ties in. So, and it's really well written and it'll make you laugh a lot. Don't be drinking stuff, milk will come out your nose. All right, New Avengers, I read this, but I don't know that you need to read it if you're wanting to follow the line. It's really good if you're still reading the New Avengers, if that's your book, but not necessary for the big storyline. The Captain Marvel book, more confrontation, and division amongst the ranks, and it really brings to light how much stress Carol is under having to be the kind of the point person between Ulysses and everybody else. And it's like all the world's governments are kind of jumping on board and saying, yes, yes, go, go, you're doing the right thing. But, you know, just like social media, you get all the dissenters that are always whispering in your ear, you're doing it wrong, you should have done it faster, slower, not at all, whatever. This week has the Ulysses number 1. This deals with him being taken by Medusa to be trained by Karnak, who's not nice, by the way. I haven't read Karnak before, but he's a sassy guy. He kind of like just wants to rip you up in the nicest way, I guess. All right, the book you should not miss at all this week. Don't miss this book this week. Are you listening to me? Don't miss this book this week. I don't have many of them because we never know which is going to be the one with the cool stuff in it. This one has the cool stuff in it. Things happen. Things happen between Venom and Spider-Man. Okay? I just spoiled stuff, but you need to read that book. Okay. Steve Rogers, Captain America. Still, must read this book. Continues on the storyline. There's flashbacks back to his childhood. I'm going to put that in quotation marks because everyone knows what my theory is. And it brings back to the forefront the storyline with Kobik. And the last page pulls everything together about who the target is. So don't miss those 3 books. Just saying.